You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Days of Our Lives fans. Well, Gwen Rizczech is back in Salem and up to no good. And we're wondering if she's working with Vivian Alamain and if there's a big Stefan DiMera twist coming too. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and let's dive into why Gwen is back and what's next. But hey, click subscribe if you're not following us. All right, at the end of Monday's Days episode, Chad DiMera was stunned to see Gwen at the door of the Horton House, and Julie Williams was doubly stunned because Gwen had the Horton family heirloom diamonds around her neck. She left town as the scorned Mrs. Dimitri von Leuschner. However, we are assuming that Gwen divorced that cheater and took a big chunk of Dimitri's change in the split, but you never know. Last we saw Gwen, she was hopping a jet to Alammania on a gold digging expedition in October of 2023. Leo Stark's ex-bestie left Salem heartbroken because Gwen's hottie husband Dimitri had been playing hide the salami with her BFF Leo behind her back, even on their honeymoon. And then cheater Dimitri went on to cheat on Leo as well. Now, you know, they say how you meet them is how you lose them. And now Dimitri has moved on to some other guy. If I recall, I think somebody he met while in prison, and he wrote Leo a letter, and Dimitri said, basically, thank you, next. So Leo has moved on with Javi Hernandez, and Gwen moved on to Alammania for a while, and it looks like she may have come back a wealthy woman. When she left town, she wanted nothing more to do with either Leo or Dimitri, but Gwen did grab a blank check from her hubby's checkbook, and Dimitri was arrested for trying to kill Stefan and Gabby. So Gwen left Salem to try and claim Dimitri's inheritance from his family. Remember, the marriage was all a precursor for him fully inheriting. And if you remember, in October of 2023, Emily O'Brien walked out of the airport as brunette Gwen and got onto a flight. And then she walked back in the door as recast Teresa Donovan in a blonde wig. Presumably, though, Gwen's been in Alammania all this time, and that's where things get really interesting. So, you know who else is there? Vivian Alamain, because that's her family territory. And also, her son, Stefan DiMera, is there as well, Gwen's ex, right? So if you recall, Vivian had Yvonne shove Stefan in a car trunk, and Vivian had him hijacked back to Alammania to cool his heels, and Stefan's mom signed his name on the divorce papers and had them delivered to Gabby Hernandez, breaking her heart. So the big question is whether Gwen has been conspiring with Vivian. So a while back, our leaker told us that Gwen was returning and was plotting with Vivian against the Kiriakis family, and that Gwen would mostly be the one on the front burner of the plot because Louise Sorel couldn't do much filming. I shared that with you guys quite a while back when I first got the leak. And that leaked info from months ago coincides with things from the summer and fall promo and things we're seeing this week, because it looks like EJ DiMera is conspiring with Gwen, and part of that may be an anti-Kiriakis plot. So we know she's still hot for Xander, who's split up from Sarah right now. Plus, Vivian's got a grudge against the Kiriakis family since Philip claimed half of Xander's inheritance using the document that Vivian forged. But then Philip's bio mom, Kate Roberts, ratted Vivian out to the cops, and Philip refused to kill Xander as Vivian demanded. So messy, angry, salty, all those words describe her right now. So bottom line, there's a lot to unpack here, and it sounds pretty twisted. Plus, it kind of seems random that Gwen wanders back into Salem at this precise moment. This week, she sees Chad and Julie, who of course aren't thrilled to see her, and Gwen gets a shock when she runs into her ex-bestie Leo in Horton Town Square pushing a baby stroller. Plus, she's got on Julie's necklace that Hope Brady has been trying to find. Doug 3 stole it, Leo fenced it, Melinda bought it, then she resold it, and now Gwen's got it. This week, after tormenting Julie by showing off the Horton diamonds, Gwen gets some alone time with her hunky ex, Xander. And Days of Our Lives spoilers confirm that Gwen gives Xander a big kiss, but we know Sarah is his person, so he may shut it down. Plus, Xander wants full custody of Victoria, and he may realize rekindling anything with greedy Gwen could make him look bad in custody court. And our leaker also said that she's going to be more heavily involved with Chad and Kat, which is kind of interesting because Gwen seems to be plotting with EJ, and we know Kat's got orders from Shane Donovan at the ISA to find out where EJ got the money to buy University Hospital, because Shane is certain it's dirty money, and Rafe is also working with Kat. Now, spoilers hint that Chad finds out Kat's involved with the ISA, and Chad may actually help her make a case against EJ. You never know. One reason Chad's not involved with the family business is because of all the shady and illegal goings on. Tony doesn't like any of that either, so he's going to get involved in this soon, and he's plotting with Gabby. So lots of stuff coming. It looks like it's an umbrella plot, and it could be that Gwen is trying to thwart the ISA investigation. I mean, really, the money for the hospital buyout could come from the Alamains or some other sketchy source that Gwen's tied to. But with Gwen involved, you know, she may be protecting an Alammanian investment in EJ and the hospital. Plus, we've got scenes from the promo for Summer with Marlena getting sick and having dreams about being Stefano's queen of the night. And somebody else says Stefano DiMera is still alive, but maybe they don't mean Stefan O, as in Joseph Mascalo, since the actor passed away years ago. Maybe they mean Stefan, middle initial O, as in Vivian's son. I mean, heck, they could even implant Stefano's memories into his son, Stefan. Remember, they did that with Steve Johnson, and he was roaming around acting like Stefano with that bionic eye. And if you remember, they were calling him Steveno. But Kayla dug out the microchip in Steve's neck, and he was back to being Patch again. But given that Rolf and Vivian know each other well, and Rolf escaped from Salem in a submarine a couple of years ago, but still works for the DiMeras, this could all align for a wild and woolly summer storyline. And remember, Gwen really liked Jake Lambert, who turned out to be Stefan, so she might be involved with him, with or without Stefano's memories, as well as being involved with wicked Vivian. Our leaker spilled the Vivian Gwen stuff to us months ago. I shared it here. Hopefully you heard it. Madam Vivian has always wanted her son Stefan to be in control of the DiMera empire, so Vivian could have helped EJ with the funds to buy the hospital, and Gwen could be on the job to stop Kat and Chad from learning the truth. I know I would be thrilled if Brandon Barash was back to Days of Our Lives, whether he's playing Stefan or a version of that with his dad Stefano's memories implanted in him. It sounds like a fun time.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.